Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about how to transmute and return other people's negative energy that is sent towards you. Now, I was going to make this video simply about talking to you about how to transmute an evil eye that hits you into something that's going to benefit you and send it back. But no, I'm going to talk about all general negative energy. So, if you're worried about the ethics of this video, don't worry, because it's not your energy. You don't have to deal with it. If you're a person who if you 100% know you're doing nothing but good and you're doing nothing but positive, then these methods have no backfire effect. It's literally if someone throws a grenade, you take the grenade and saying, hey, I don't like or want this, and you throw it back. You flat out declare, hey, this is not mine. Now there's a few ways you can put a spin on it, but the ways these are not even okay. Let me get straight into it. When you're on social media, when you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, we live in a day and age where people will flat out send heavy negative energy. And if you notice that my necklace is not here, it's actually still here. It's just hiding. It's not in plain sight. I'm making more space for necklaces. I found out different places to put crystals on me as belts, just etc. But if you see a gap of space here, it's because there's more room for another necklace coming along. But all right, back to the topic. So basically, how to return people's negative energy. You have to find out who's sending it. You don't have to, because the crystals and a lot of methods will send it back anyway. But one way is because, okay, let's just say you have this one follower who you're really sick and tired of. Like, just you can kind of feel. I mean, it's just a tiny minor inconvenience. It's kind of like a mosquito that you just kind of grab and you just end the mosquito. You're like, ugh, why is this thing flying around in my face? It's like, it's not going to bite you because you can see it, but you just grab the mosquito. You just put an end to the mosquito. You're like, I don't want this thing to suck my blood. So I just put an end to the mosquito. So one way you can do it is grab clear quartz. It could be as a bracelet, it could be as a palm stone, or just a broken off piece. It could be anything. So grab clear quartz and clutch it and program it to show you, to reveal the truth, to make things clear, to tell you who is sending you negative energy. Now you can go through your feed. You guys have Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and you'll go through a bunch of names, and when you finally look at the name of the person who is sending you negative energy, the clear quartz will tingle, it'll buzz, or it'll vibrate. It'll do one of the three. Most likely it will buzz, and there's your culprit. It wouldn't have buzzed if it, because you're literally looking at someone who's directly sent you negative energy. You probably felt it when they sent the negative energy directly, or maybe you didn't feel it. You might have felt it in one of your crystals, because I can feel it in my crystals sometimes when they send back negative energy, especially Mexican fire agate. It'll kind of buzz, and it's not saying, hey, this has hit you. It's, hey, this has been bounced back, and it's being bounced back very fast and very hard. And that's actually one of the crystals that you can use to return people's negative energy. Mexican fire agate will just off your enemies just with their own energy. It literally sends it back to the point where it doesn't go away ever until that person becomes a good and better person. If that person continues to do bad, if they continue to do bad, it will hit them over and over and over. I don't know, like the creator was very precise in Mexican fire agate's energy. People with dark energy, or any people who do curses or black magic or just try to do anything bad, if they use Mexican fire agate, it'll actually backfire on them so heavily. They'll be transformed as a person before they even but these crystals, they side with light. They side with people who are good. They don't work with negative people or bad people or people who try to do any form of negative energy at all. If you try to use a crystal to do anything negative, it won't work. It'll backfire and you won't even know it. But because I've seen people do it, and the people have just been like completely, everything has been taken from them just because they try to take everything from someone, and the crystal's job is to just send back the negative energy. But if you have a crystal on you that sends back negative energy, but you're the one sending it out, what do you think's gonna happen? You think you're gonna invent a new law with the crystals? No, the crystals are very automatic. So don't even try to use crystals to hurt other people. That's why when you have these crystals, you have to have good intentions. If you ever come across someone who is an intensely dark person, most of the time the crystal's trying to fix and align their energy because they're healing tools, but that person will try to get past its energies that is correcting them, and it'll just fight them until they become a better person. But Mexican fire agate is one of the best ways to transmute someone else's negative energy. Another thing you can do is literally just give their energy to God, and a simple prayer is just, okay, Creator, please just take this energy, remove it from me, and allow my blessings to come to me, whatever they may be. Let this person just be an example to what happens to people who side with darkness, or people who side with sending the evil eye and negative energy. Forget about it. Wear your crystals. Protect yourself. That's it. And then, because you're mature enough to let it go, you didn't dwell on it, you didn't take it to heart, you're a better person, you're actually grown because of that. And that is a reward on its own, to be able to just discard someone's negative energy. It means you did not absorb it. You didn't take the bait. Now, if you don't have a mind that's strong enough to do that, work with crystals such as amethyst. You can also use a good herb for your mind and mental well-being is ginger. And St. John's wort is very good for the mind. If you just put it on your scalp, blueberry is excellent as well. So if you're not really sure what's going on when the negative energy hits you, put blueberry, St. John wort, or ginger on your head. You're going to be very clear. Especially just if you're under heavy attack, blueberry is the best. It's literally lapis lazuli as a herb. Just put it, massage it in your head. You'll feel a lot better out of nowhere, because it just blocks and dismantles psychic attack to the mind. Yeah. Blueberry is pretty cool like that. So some of you will try to be like, okay, I want to check on the person to see if the negative energy has gone back. The main thing is, the best way to send back negative energy is just kind of hand it over to God. And what will happen is that person's guides, let's just say they have guides that are sticking around who are trying to help them become a better person, because sometimes when people are so unsavable, their guides just leave and they have dark guides take over. And you just repel all of them with all that entire, them and their spiritual guides who are dark, which I'm not going to talk about that in this video. You can use crystals to do that. Light always wins. Angels will always beat demons. The light always overrides the darkness, especially in different texts. Even the Bible, it's just darkness is waiting. It's getting its last kicks in before end times are about, and then they're put away. But I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But how do you return someone else's negative energy? You have to be able to be in a state of mind where you're like, okay, you can't internalize anything. That's the key to returning someone's negative energy and transmuting energy. Is you have to look at everything someone's trying to do to you as an advantage, because number one, if someone threw negative energy at you and it just kind of bounced off your shoulder, you're like, oh, cool, I can actually, this didn't bother me. And you're actually a stronger person, because the next time they try to do that, or someone else tries to do that, you just add that to your shield. You just added that to your armor. Like, hey, it's kind of like an immune system. You are kind of like the immune system. If you don't know how the immune system works, is that when a virus tries to get it into your immune system, your body's like, when it beats it, and this is you beating someone's negative energy, it could be just an inconvenience to you in any form. It could be an evil eye, it could be anything, absolutely anything. So when someone throws it at you, instead of you getting upset and you catching the virus, and I like this example, so instead of for that person getting in and then infecting the rest of what you have going on and everything kind of falling apart, kind of like the immune system when you get sick, what you do is you're just bouncing it back, and you recognize that person's energy tried to get in. You recognize maybe it was something new to you. You've never seen someone be negative like that, so you actually added that to your spiritual immune system. You're like, oh, okay. So the next time someone tries that with you, it could be them again, or it could be anyone. Instead of letting that get to you and bring you down, that actually made you stronger, and you just kind of transmute that energy into becoming stronger. So you can actually, a lot of the ways you're transmuting people's negative energy is with the mind, not just with crystals. You can use crystals too, but you can't 100% use crystals as a crutch, because these are tools. These help us be uplifted and help us become better people. So the best way to transmute the negative energy is with your mind, because if you're someone with a weak mind, which some people have weak minds. It's okay to say you have a weak mind because you're strengthening it. You're getting stronger. If you acknowledge something, it helps you become stronger. If you're weak in the gym and you can't lift a certain bench, then you work towards getting it stronger. And once it's strong, you know you're strong. But this is how you can do it. If you see me looking over here, I've made some notes on this so I'm not all over the place. But yeah, the best way you could do this is with the mind. So when someone sends you dark energy, they're actually fully relying for you to be like, ah, or like, or just some kind of reaction. Keep in mind, you're reacting to someone's negative energy with negative energy. You fed them. You gave them energy. People who are trying to evil eye you or send you dark energy, maybe do any kind of black magic on you. It doesn't matter what it is. People are just looking for energy because they don't have any energy. Don't acknowledge them, and most likely, when you just pass it to the Creator, pass it to God, what will happen is, because you're mature enough to do that, you're showing that that's not your energy, you don't really care. A lot of times, whatever energy that they try to pick up off the ground will simply go back to them because their guides sent it back. They're like, their guides want to help them learn and become a better person, and their guides just kind of like, it's kind of like them throwing a grenade, but the guides being like, no, and their guides will help you, assuming that person is savable. That person's guides will literally let the grenade backfire just for that person to learn and for that to be a lesson, not because the guides are being spiteful. That's their lesson. That's that person's own energy that didn't get off the ground and hit that own person. Now they don't know where it's coming from. They'll try it again, hopefully not, because you want that person to become a better person. So they'll try it again, they'll see the same exact thing happen, and then they'll recognize that, hey, this is not working out for me. Like, I notice anytime I do this, something bad happens. It's because it's your own energy, and your guides don't approve, your angels don't approve of you doing really dark things, or being a dark person, or sending dark energy to people in the form of an evil eye, or anything at all. So what will happen is that and you can ask God and say, hey, can you please arm this person's guides in teaching them that sending negative energy is bad? And that person will get lessons. So remember, karma's not there to punish people. The goal is not to have people being punished. Not to have people, because they'll go through what they'll have to go through. When they send you negative energy and they're getting their karma, I encourage people not to laugh at it or be like, ha 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 ha. No, that's a lesson. The goal is for us all to become very good people and help us all elevate. The thing about karma, it's hitting them hard. That's the energy, the raw, fierce power of Mexican fire agate as a return to center stone. It transforms the person's entire life. It'll make that person a new person. If that person, if they're in their house and they're doing black magic in their house, or they're actively gossiping, or just something at home, and you have Mexican fire agate, if they keep using wherever they live or their house as a means to send negative energy, the Mexican fire agate will hit them so hard until they don't have a house, and then they'll realize, oh, okay, I think I should stop sending negative energy. That person will become a new person, but they'll become a better person. Instead of for trying to hurt people, they'll help people. That's the goal. Like, we're not trying to gloat and laugh and be like, haha, the person's got their karma, like, oh, look at them. No, the thing is to help everyone become a good person, because guess what? If that person wasn't a good person, if they were a good person, they wouldn't be sending you negative energy. You wouldn't have to worry about that. So anytime I catch someone sending me dark energy, I feel straight up bad for them because I know what's coming. I simply pass it off to my angels. I give it to the Creator, especially St. Michael the Archangel. If you're working with him, you can't be laughing at the downfall of your enemies. You can't be like, look what... No. The thing is, you want to help everyone become a better person, because when they're put in their place, just pray. After the negative energy hits them, just pray that they recognize that was their own energy so they don't do it again. I'm a giant advocate of sending dark energy back, because the thing is, if they send dark energy to someone who couldn't defend themselves, then guess what? Maybe it's an old lady, maybe it's an old man, who knows? If they sent dark energy to that person and they fully absorbed it, they did not, because I have advanced spiritualists on my channel. The thing is recognizing dark energy, sending it back, transmuting it, all this at once as soon as it pops up, so it's not even a problem. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's still going to be dealt with. It's still going to be sent back. It's energy. The thing is, you want the other person to become a better person. That is the end goal of sending back negative energy. When you transmute it in something that'll benefit yourself, most likely it's going to benefit you anyway, because you became stronger out of it. Like the virus in the immune system, you became a strong immune system. And whenever you're trying to get to your goal, or whenever you hit your goal, anything that, like that person who tried to bother you that pops up again, they won't be any kind of challenge to you. You'll conquer it no matter what. Just, this whole video is teaching you about how to transmute negative energy with your mind, how to become strong, how to send back people's negative energy. I identify the people who are sending negative energy so I have an eye on them. So on my Instagram story, because I'll get a little tingle or vibration when I feel it sent back. So I'm just doing this because I'm doing this video to help you guys, because it's good to know who's sending you negative energy, but when you know who it is, don't try to get back. Don't try to get even. Give it to God. Give it to the Creator. Give it to the angels. Just be a mature person. This is helping you grow. Okay? This is not a competition of, oh, I'm going to try to get in front of this other person. No, we're all growing together. We are a garden. We are not one plant. One plant on its own, it can't reproduce. Some plants can, but that's not the example. The thing is, a garden as a whole is very beautiful. One plant on its own is like, oh, cool. All right. Versus an entire garden. I hope you get my example. This video is really here to help you guys and help you guys become better. I hope all of you are taking this message to heart, giving you some keys on how to basically tell when someone's sending you negative energy. Another way to the biggest problem is a lot of you don't really know or are not really aware of things. In your prayers, ask for awareness. Ask to be able to recognize certain things. One way that you can tell is that when someone sent you negative energy and it was sent back and transmuted, but a tiny bit hit you, is when you get a little tiny zit out of nowhere. So if someone sent you a very, very heavy amount, and let's just say you're not prone to getting zits. Like, you don't ever get zits, but you just have a random zit out of nowhere. It doesn't really make sense. You don't really care. You're like, whatever, it'll go away. That is a spiritual manifestation of someone sending you heavy negative energy to you. It barely hitting you, you getting protected from it, it being sent back, transmuted by your guides in their guides, and then it just manifested as a tiny pimple, because it might be a tiny annoyance, oh, fly. That's why a lot of times when you guys have people sending you dark entities, you'll have like a fly here and there. It might be a bunch of flies. It depends. The severity will depend on how many flies will depend on the severity, but it can all be sent back. It can all be transmuted. It can all be just returned. That person, and I know this for a fact, when people, I made a TikTok video about this. When people send dark energy, and it's returned, a lot of symptoms, and hopefully, I hope none of you in this video who are watching this video are actually sending dark energy. Don't do that. Nothing you set out to achieve will have any kind of glory or any kind of merit if you're just sending dark energy and you expect to be met with light. You want to have good things, but you're doing bad things? Does that make sense to you? Like, it takes a lot for people to spiritually grow up and for people to spiritually mature. But the thing is, just grow as a collective, grow as a whole, do your best, help other people reach their highest potential. That's it. And with certain people, if you've been trying to help the person and that person just kind of turns around on you, you can say you did your best, but if you keep throwing that person a rope and you keep letting these people around you, then you're going to be dragged down with them. They're going to pull and tug the rope, and you had all the warnings, but just be the best version you can and help people. And sometimes when you're sending back, all the time when you're sending back negative energy, you're helping people learn and you're helping people grow. You're just sending back their own negative energy so it doesn't hit anyone else. That's the whole point of this video, to help you guys grow. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!